I don't have time to play right now, but I can build my inventory to give examples of what I'm talking about here. So, as you're playing the game, your inventory will evolve because you're going to need more higher tier items for crafting. Higher tier weapons and higher tier shields and higher tier augments and things like that. So you don't necessarily want to be bringing back all the lowest tier stuff. Those basic materials, it's nice to have a spot to break stuff down and clear up space in your inventory, but when you get down to the end of the match, you don't really need to bring that stuff back. You've got Scrappy here collecting that stuff for you. That's all that stuff you see on the list right there. So you don't necessarily need to bring that stuff back because you're getting it automatically. So if you've been following the advice that I've been giving you, when you return from a raid, your inventory probably looks something like this. It's, not an uncommon inventory to return with. And you know what? Early in the game, this is a fantastic inventory to return with, simply because you're getting your basic items filled up. And you're building a stockpile of those things, and you're getting a weapon here and there, and you're getting stuff like duct tape and wires and crude explosives, all stuff that you're going to need. But eventually you're going to get a stockpile of this stuff. If I come down here to my crafting materials, you can see I've got a huge stockpile of chemicals and fabric and metal parts and plastic parts and rubber parts. I'll limit those to 2 rows each. And if you notice what's in my inventory, put that back in, that's what I'll have, is 2 rows of each. So once I'm done collecting that, I don't even need to bring that stuff out of raid anymore. It's just basically, that's like 5 trash cans in my inventory. So when I'm coming back from a raid and those 5 spots still have shit in them, those are 5 spots that need to be taken care of. Also, on top of that, I've got a lot of green stuff here, and green's not terrible. I mean, it's good loot, but it would be much better if all of it was blue. So let me take this apart and rebuild an inventory that will show you what's a great inventory to return with now that you're beyond the early game. Okay, this is a much better loadout to return with. You'll see that everything is blue. I've gotten rid of all of my basic materials. And you'll notice there is still 1 gray item in here. Well, there's a reason for that. That's a gray gun, but it is a level 4 gun. So a level 4 gun is pretty much equivalent to a blue gun. And if I'd found this with attachments on it, it would have been even better. So don't necessarily turn down gray guns. When you're looking at gray guns, look at the level that it is, because a level 4 gray gun is a great gun to bring back with you. But aside from that, everything else in here is blue items. And I tried to build this so basically it's like I found an arc probe on my way to extract. And I opened up that arc probe and I got myself these arc circuitry and the processors and the arc motion core and the advanced arc power cells. These are all very handy things late games. Arc circuitry is used for repairing medium shields. Advanced arc power cells are used for making the surge shield rechargers. Arc motion cores are used for making certain weapons. These are all very handy items, and they're much more valuable than the crap that is down here at the bottom of the list. And I call this crap because as you get further on the game, this basically is crap. Having the spots for these in your inventory is still nice because it's like having trash cans right there in your inventory. Because if you don't find anything else, it's still better to extract with that stuff than to extract with nothing. So it's still important to think about this stuff, but you don't necessarily have to extract with it. And the more you can get blue items, you'll see I even have 1 pink item that I put down in my safe pocket. The more blue items you can get in your inventory, the more value you're going to have in your inventory. And I wish I had looked at the value of the last one, but I will zoom in on it when I'm editing to show the difference in the value of the previous loadout that I brought back and then this loadout as it comes back. And you'll see there's this considerable difference. And when you're trying to gain money, obviously the more valuable stuff that you can bring back to sell, the better off you are. So there you go. There's a more thorough description of what I'm talking about. Thanks.